Secrets of Ancient Egyptian Wisdom. Introduction. Amid the whispers of ancient Egypt, where the timeless sands guard secrets older than the stars, lies the Hermetica, a treasury of wisdom ascribed to the enigmatic Hermes Trismegistus, the Thrice-Great. Far from being mere relics of a distant past, these sacred texts pulse with the eternal truths of the Pharaohs, keepers of knowledge that defies the bounds of time. Like sunlight dancing on the Nile's golden waters, the words of the Hermetica illuminate mysteries that call to the soul, urging seekers to uncover the timeless secrets of existence and the universe itself. The Hermetica is a testament to the ancient Egyptian belief in the transformative power of knowledge. Its teachings weave a tapestry of spiritual enlightenment, revealing the path to understanding the divine and our place within the cosmos. It speaks of the Nous, the universal mind, and the divine spark within every soul, urging humanity to rise above ignorance and embrace its infinite potential. The Pharaohs, revered as both rulers and intermediaries between the mortal and the divine, safeguarded these teachings, ensuring their transmission across millennia. This is not mere mythology, but a guide to living harmoniously with the natural and cosmic order. The Hermetica invites us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and awakening, to seek wisdom not for its own sake, but as a bridge to divine connection. In its verses, the spiritual and the practical intertwine, offering insights into the rhythms of life, the cycles of nature, and the eternal truths that govern the universe. It is a legacy of enlightenment, one that challenges us to see beyond the surface of existence and to grasp the unity that underlies all creation. As we delve into the secrets of ancient Egyptian wisdom, the Hermetica emerges as a beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of doubt and ignorance. Its message is as relevant today as it was in the time of the Pharaohs, a call to awaken the divine within and to recognize our interconnectedness with all that is. In its timeless words, we find not only the wisdom of the past, but also a compass for navigating the complexities of the present, a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge and spiritual growth is a journey without end. Chapter 1. The Hermetica's Insight into Human Duality. In the sacred texts of the Hermetica, attributed to the enigmatic Thrice-Great Hermes, a profound exploration of human duality unfolds. These writings illuminate the tension between our corporeal existence and our spiritual aspirations, painting a vision of humanity poised between earthbound limitations and divine potential. Within this duality lies the key to personal growth, for it is through the reconciliation of these opposing forces that we ascend toward self-actualization and a greater understanding of the cosmos. The Hermetica portrays humanity as both a marvel and a paradox. It declares that humans are unique among creation, endowed with a divine spark, a fragment of the Nous or universal mind. This divine essence grants us the capacity to transcend, to contemplate the mysteries of existence, and to commune with the divine. Yet, we are also bound by the weight of our physical forms, tethered to the material world with its ceaseless desires and inevitable decay. Hermes describes this dual nature as a sacred tension, the soul's yearning to soar toward the heavens juxtaposed against the body's pull toward earthly pleasures. The creation of humankind, as recounted in the Hermetica, is a cosmic act of both empowerment and constraint. According to the texts, humanity was formed in the image of the Creator, the great atom, whose mind orchestrates the harmony of the universe. Through this divine lineage, humans possess the capacity to reason, to love, and to create, attributes that mirror the divine. Yet this lofty heritage is accompanied by the burden of mortality, as the soul is cloaked in a body subject to hunger, pain, and death. The duality is not a flaw, but a design, an intentional interplay of opposites meant to propel us toward wisdom and self-discovery. Hermes invites us to contemplate the implications of this duality. He asserts that while the body is transient, the soul is immortal. The physical self, with its desires and fears, is a temporary vessel, a necessary means by which the soul navigates the material plane. However, To live solely for the body is to court spiritual ignorance, to become ensnared in the illusions of the temporal world. The Hermetica warns against this trap, urging us to know ourselves, not merely as bodies, but as luminous souls destined for reunion with the divine. The journey toward understanding and integrating this duality begins with awareness. The Hermetica describes the process of self-knowledge as an awakening, a recognition of the divine essence within. This awakening is likened to the rising of the sun, dispelling the shadows of ignorance and revealing the true nature of existence. Through contemplation and meditation, we align ourselves with the higher aspects of our being, transcending the distractions of the material world. In this state of heightened awareness, the soul gains clarity, perceiving the interconnectedness of all things and the unity that underpins creation. However, the journey is not without struggle. The Hermetica acknowledges the difficulty of reconciling the soul's aspirations with the body's cravings. This tension is the crucible of transformation, for it is in wrestling with our dual nature that we cultivate virtues such as patience, humility, and compassion. The texts suggest that personal growth is achieved not by denying the body, but by mastering it, by allowing the soul to govern the physical self rather than being enslaved by it. In this way, the material and the spiritual are not adversaries, but partners in the pursuit of divine wisdom. The teachings of Hermes extend beyond the individual, offering a vision of humanity's role in the cosmos. As beings who embody both the earthly and the divine, we are bridges between worlds, conduits through which the harmony of the universe is expressed. The Hermetica urges us to honor this role by living in accordance with the principles of justice, harmony, and love. When we align our lives with these principles, we contribute to the greater order of creation, fulfilling our purpose as co-creators with the divine. The Hermetica challenges us to rise above the illusions of separateness and to embrace our divine potential. In doing so, we transform not only ourselves, but the world around us. As Hermes proclaims, man is a marvel, a being worthy of reverence and awe. This reverence begins with recognizing the sacred within ourselves and extends outward to all of creation. In the end, Hermetica offers a timeless message of hope and empowerment. It reminds us that while we may be creatures of the earth, we are also heirs of the heavens. By embracing our dual nature and striving for balance, we unlock the door to a higher state of being, where the physical and the spiritual coexist in harmony. In this integration lies the secret to personal growth, the path to wisdom, and the fulfillment of our divine destiny. The duality within us is not a burden, but a gift, an invitation to transcend. When we embrace the paradox of our existence, we begin a journey that leads us closer to the divine source, to a state of being where unity and duality converge in perfect harmony. The Hermetica beckons us to undertake this journey, offering its ancient wisdom as a guide to the eternal truth that we are both of the earth and of the stars, physical and spiritual, finite and infinite. It is within this tension that the beauty of humanity resides, and it is through understanding this that we come to truly know ourselves. Chapter 2. Exploring the significance of rebirth. In the sacred wisdom of the Hermetica, rebirth is a central theme, a profound allegory that speaks to the eternal cycle of life, death, and spiritual renewal. It is not merely an event, but a process, a sacred transformation that underscores the essence of human existence. Rebirth, as illuminated in these ancient texts, signifies the awakening of the soul, the shedding of ignorance, and the ascent toward the divine. It beckons us to embrace the potential for renewal and transformation, a journey that leads us closer to the truth of our being and the vast cosmos that cradles us. The Hermetica presents rebirth as an awakening of the spirit, a resurrection of consciousness that transcends the limitations of the material world. To be reborn is to rise above the illusions of separateness and mortality, to glimpse the infinite unity that underpins all existence. In this sacred process, the soul shakes off the weight of earthly attachments and opens itself to the light of divine knowledge. It is a return to our origins, a rediscovery of the divine spark that resides within each of us. This spark, a fragment of the universal mind, is our true essence, untouched by the transience of the physical world. Rebirth is not an abstract concept, but a lived experience, one that requires us to confront the shadows within ourselves. The Hermetica portrays this process as a kind of alchemy, where the base elements of the human condition, fear, ignorance, and desire, are transmuted into the gold of wisdom and spiritual clarity. This transformation is not easy. It demands courage, humility, and an unwavering commitment to self-discovery. Yet, it is through this crucible of change that we are made whole, reconnecting with the divine order and the eternal rhythms of the universe. The cycle of rebirth reflects the natural order of creation, mirroring the patterns of the cosmos. Just as the sun rises and sets only to rise again, so too does the soul journey through cycles of death and renewal. This rhythm is woven into the fabric of existence, a testament to the infinite creativity of the divine. The Hermetica teaches us that these cycles are not to be feared but embraced, for they are the means by which the soul evolves and ascends. Through each cycle, we shed the old and welcome the new, growing closer to the realization of our true nature. To understand rebirth is to understand the nature of life itself. The Hermetica describes life as a dynamic interplay of opposites, light and darkness, life and death, creation and destruction. These polarities are not in conflict, but in harmony, each necessary for the other's existence. Rebirth is the bridge that unites these opposites, a moment of transcendence where the boundaries between them dissolve. In this unity, we find the essence of life, a truth that is both humbling and liberating. Rebirth also speaks to the boundless potential for transformation within the human experience. The Hermetica reminds us that we are not static beings, but dynamic, ever-evolving creations. Our capacity for growth is limitless, constrained only by the illusions we choose to hold on to. Rebirth invites us to let go of these illusions, to release the patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. It is an invitation to step into the unknown, to trust in the process of transformation, and to embrace the possibility of becoming something greater than we were before. The process of rebirth is deeply personal, yet its implications extend beyond the individual. In the Hermetica, rebirth is depicted as a return to unity, a recognition of our interconnectedness with all of creation. This awakening brings with it a sense of responsibility, a call to live in harmony with the divine order. As we are reborn, we are reminded of our role as stewards of the earth and co-creators of the cosmos. Our transformation is not for ourselves alone, but for the greater good, a contribution to the unfolding beauty of the universe. The significance of rebirth lies in its universality. It is a truth that transcends culture, time, and tradition, resonating in the hearts of all who seek meaning and purpose. The Hermetica captures this timeless wisdom, offering a vision of rebirth that is both profound and accessible. It teaches us that rebirth is not a single moment, but a continuous process, a journey that unfolds throughout our lives. Each step we take, each choice we make, is an opportunity for renewal, a chance to align ourselves more closely with the divine. In the end, rebirth is an act of love for ourselves, for others, and for the divine. It is a reminder that we are never truly lost, and that within every ending lies the seed of a new beginning. The Hermetica calls us to embrace this truth, to see each moment as a gift and each challenge as an opportunity for growth. Through rebirth, we discover the infinite potential within us, a boundless source of creativity, wisdom, and light. We come to understand that we are not separate from the divine but integral to its unfolding, co-authors of a story that spans the heavens. As we walk the path of rebirth, we are guided by the wisdom of the Hermetica, a beacon that illuminates the way. It encourages us to trust in the process, to embrace the unknown, and to honor the cycles of life. In doing so, we awaken to the truth of our existence, a truth that is both simple and profound. We are eternal beings, ever evolving, ever becoming. Rebirth is not an end but a beginning, a doorway to a higher state of being where the soul's potential is fully realized. It is through this sacred process that we find our place in the cosmos, our purpose in creation, and our connection to the divine. Chapter 3. The Divine Thread. Within the timeless wisdom of the Hermetica lies a profound call to humanity to seek the ultimate communion with the divine. It is an aspiration as ancient as it is universal, a journey that transcends the confines of religion and philosophy to touch the very essence of existence. The Hermetica reveals that the ultimate goal of human life is to know and commune with God, a pursuit that not only illuminates the mysteries of the universe, but also unveils the true nature of the self. This sacred connection is not a privilege of the few, but an inherent potential within all, a thread that links humanity to the infinite mind of the Creator. The Hermetica speaks of God, referred to as Atum, as the source and sustainer of all that exists. Atum is not a distant deity, but an omnipresent force, the mind in which the cosmos resides. To know God, the text suggests, is to understand the universe itself, for all things are reflections of the divine. This understanding is not achieved through mere intellect or sensory perception, but through a deeper spiritual awakening. It is a knowing that transcends words, a direct experience of the divine presence that fills the seeker with awe and clarity. The path to this divine connection is one of self-discovery and transformation. The Hermetica teaches that within every human lies a fragment of the divine mind, a spark of the eternal. This spark is the soul, a sacred essence that carries the potential for enlightenment. Yet, this potential remains dormant until awakened by a conscious effort to align with the divine. The journey begins with the recognition that we are more than our physical bodies and that our true nature is spiritual and eternal. In this recognition, the seeker is called to rise above the illusions of the material world, to turn inward and seek the divine within. The process of communion with God is likened to a journey of ascent, a gradual shedding of ignorance, and a return to the source. The Hermetica describes this ascent as a reunion with the divine mind, a state in which the soul becomes one with the infinite. In this state, the boundaries of the self dissolve, and the seeker experiences a profound sense of unity with all creation. It is a moment of transcendence, where the finite merges with the infinite, and the mysteries of the universe are laid bare. This journey is not without its challenges. The Hermetica acknowledges the obstacles that arise from the distractions of the material world and the limitations of human perception. To overcome these, the seeker must cultivate virtues such as humility, patience, and devotion. Through contemplation and meditation, the mind is purified, and the soul is prepared to receive the divine light. This inner work is both a discipline and a grace, a balance of effort and surrender that leads to spiritual awakening. As the seeker progresses on this path, a profound transformation occurs. The Hermetica reveals that enlightenment is not simply a change in understanding, but a rebirth of the self. The individual is no longer bound by the illusions of separateness, but sees the interconnectedness of all things. In this state of divine communion, the seeker gains a deeper understanding of the universe, perceiving it as a harmonious whole, a masterpiece of divine wisdom. Every star, every blade of grass, and every moment of existence becomes a testament to the infinite creativity and love of the Creator. The ultimate goal of this journey is not merely to know God, but to become one with God. The Hermetica describes this union as the fulfillment of the soul's purpose, a return to the state of divine harmony from which it originated. In this union, the seeker transcends the dualities of life and death, time and eternity, self and other. It is a state of pure being where the soul rests in the eternal now, fully aware of its divine nature. Yet, this communion with God is not an end but a beginning. The Hermetica teaches that those who achieve this state of enlightenment have a responsibility to share their wisdom with others. They become guides and healers, helping others to awaken to their own divine potential. In this way, the journey of one becomes the journey of all, a collective ascent toward the divine. The wisdom of the Hermetica offers a vision of life that is both inspiring and transformative. It reminds us that we are not mere creatures of the earth, but luminous beings with the capacity to touch the infinite. To know and commune with God is not a distant dream, but a reality that awaits within each of us. It is a journey that begins with a single step, a turn inward toward the light that shines within. In this light, we discover the true nature of the universe, a tapestry of interconnectedness, a symphony of divine order. We see that the stars are not just distant points of light, but reflections of the same mind that created us. We understand that our lives, with all their joys and sorrows, are part of a greater story, a story of love and creation that spans the cosmos. The Hermetica calls us to embrace this truth, to awaken to the divine connection that unites us with all of existence. It is a call to rise above the mundane, to seek the eternal, and to live with the awareness that we are part of something infinitely greater than ourselves. In answering this call, we fulfill our highest potential, becoming co-creators with the divine, participants in the unfolding of the universe's grand design. Through this sacred connection, we come to understand that enlightenment is not a destination but a journey, an ever-deepening communion with the source of all. It is a journey that transforms not only the seeker, but the world, bringing light to the darkness and harmony to the chaos. In the divine thread that binds us to the Creator, we find our true home, our ultimate purpose, and the boundless joy of knowing and being known by the infinite. Chapter 4. Overcoming Passions to Awaken Higher Consciousness. In the profound teachings of the Hermetica, the mastery of one's passions emerges as a cornerstone of the spiritual journey. To rise above ignorance and embrace the infinite wisdom of the divine, one must first conquer the tempestuous desires and impulses that tether the soul to the physical plane. This mastery is not a denial of our human nature, but a transcendence of its lower tendencies, a transformation that unlocks the door to higher states of consciousness. It is through self-discipline that we refine ourselves, aligning our will with the eternal harmony of the cosmos. Passions, as described in the Hermetica, are the echoes of the material world, forces that bind the soul to the illusions of separateness and mortality. These passions are not inherently evil, but are potent energies that, if left unchecked, can lead to chaos and suffering. Hermes portrays them as wild horses, capable of great power, but requiring the steady hand of a skilled charioteer. The soul, caught between the pull of earthly desires and the call of the divine, must learn to guide these forces with wisdom and restraint. The journey toward mastery begins with awareness. The Hermetica invites the seeker to observe the nature of their desires, to recognize how they arise and how they influence actions and thoughts. This act of observation is itself a form of liberation, for to see a passion clearly is to loosen its grip on the soul. In the quiet space of contemplation, the seeker begins to understand that these impulses, though powerful, are fleeting and insubstantial compared to the eternal essence of the divine within. Self-discipline, as taught by Hermes, is not a punitive or restrictive practice, but a path to freedom. It is a way of reclaiming the sovereignty of the soul, of ensuring that the higher self, the fragment of the divine mind, governs the body and not the other way around. This discipline is cultivated through practices of meditation, reflection, and deliberate action, each moment an opportunity to choose alignment with the divine overindulgence in transient pleasures. In this process, the seeker learns to temper passions, transforming their raw energy into a force for spiritual growth. The Hermetica offers a vision of passions not as enemies to be vanquished, but as teachers to be understood. Each desire, each fear holds a mirror to the soul, reflecting both its attachments and its potential. Through the lens of wisdom, the seeker sees that passions arise from ignorance, a misunderstanding of the self and its place in the cosmos. They are born of the illusion that fulfillment can be found in external things, that the soul is separate from the divine source. To master passions, therefore, is to dissolve this ignorance, to see through the veil of illusion, and to recognize the truth of unity and eternal abundance. This mastery is not achieved through sheer willpower alone, but through a harmonious integration of mind, body, and spirit. The Hermetica speaks of the importance of balance, of nurturing the physical and emotional aspects of the self while keeping the spiritual vision clear. The passions, once unruly and chaotic, become allies in the journey, their energy channeled toward the pursuit of divine knowledge and creative expression. In this way, the soul becomes a musician, orchestrating the symphony of its being in tune with the cosmic order. The rewards of mastering one's passions are profound. The Hermetica describes the soul's ascent as a liberation from the chains of ignorance, a journey into the light of divine understanding. With each step, the seeker sheds the weight of earthly attachments, rising closer to the infinite mind of God. In this state of heightened consciousness, the soul perceives the interconnectedness of all things, the perfect harmony that underlies the universe. It is a state of peace, not born of passivity, but of dynamic equilibrium, where the energies of the self flow freely and purposefully in alignment with the divine will. Yet this journey is not without struggle. The path of mastery is a path of courage, for it requires the seeker to face the shadows within, to confront the fears and desires that have long dictated their actions. The Hermetica assures us that this struggle is not in vain, for each victory over passion is a step toward liberation. Each moment of self-discipline strengthens the soul's resolve, bringing it closer to the realization of its divine nature. In mastering passions, the seeker does not reject the world, but transcends its limitations. The Hermetica teaches that the material and the spiritual are not opposing realms, but interconnected aspects of existence. By mastering passions, we learn to engage with the material world without being enslaved by it, and to appreciate its beauty and complexity while remaining anchored in the eternal truth of the divine. This balance is the hallmark of the awakened soul, a state of being that radiates wisdom, compassion, and creativity. The mastery of passions is ultimately an act of love. Love for the self, for the divine, and for the greater harmony of creation. It is through this mastery that we fulfill our potential as co-creators with the divine, participants in the unfolding of the cosmos. The Hermetica reminds us that this journey is not a solitary one. Each act of self-discipline and enlightenment contributes to the collective awakening of humanity, to the realization of a world in harmony with the divine order. In the end, the art of mastering passions is the art of living fully and consciously. It is the recognition that true freedom lies not in indulgence, but in alignment, not in the pursuit of fleeting desires, but in the embrace of eternal truths. Through this mastery, we come to know ourselves as we truly are, luminous beings, expressions of the divine mind, capable of infinite wisdom and boundless love. The Hermetica calls us to this journey, offering its timeless wisdom as a guide to the highest state of being, where passions are no longer chains but wings, lifting the soul toward its ultimate destiny. Chapter 5. The Hermetical's Call to the Pursuit of Knowledge. In the luminous pages of the Hermetica, knowledge is not merely an accumulation of facts or an intellectual exercise. It is a sacred journey, a transformative process that bridges the temporal with the eternal, the mortal with the divine. The pursuit of knowledge, as portrayed in these ancient texts, is the soul's path to enlightenment, a calling that beckons humanity to rise above ignorance and awaken to the infinite wisdom of the cosmos. This pursuit is both personal and universal, an intimate exploration of self that reverberates with the harmony of creation. The Hermetica portrays knowledge as a divine gift, a fragment of the infinite mind of Atum, the Creator. This knowledge is not confined to the intellect, but encompasses a profound understanding of existence itself. To seek knowledge is to seek the truth of the universe and the self, for the two are inseparably intertwined. In this sacred pursuit, the seeker comes to realize that the universe is not an external object to be studied from afar, but a living entity of which we are a part. Every star, every element, every being is a manifestation of the divine, and to know them is to glimpse the mind of God. Contemplation lies at the heart of this pursuit. The Hermetica teaches that true knowledge arises not from the noise of the external world, but from the stillness within. It is in moments of quiet reflection that the seeker begins to perceive the deeper truths that underlie the surface of reality. This contemplation is not a withdrawal from life, but an immersion into its essence, a practice of turning inward to connect with the divine spark that resides in every soul. Through contemplation, the seeker transcends the illusions of the material world, uncovering the eternal truths that bind all of creation. Self-awareness is the companion to contemplation, an essential aspect of the journey toward enlightenment. The Hermetica emphasizes the importance of knowing oneself as a prerequisite to understanding the cosmos. This self-knowledge is not limited to recognizing one's strengths and weaknesses, but extends to an awareness of one's divine origin and eternal nature. It is a revelation that the self is more than the body, more than the mind, a realization that we are luminous beings connected to the infinite source of wisdom and love. To know oneself is to align with this divine essence, to see one's life as a reflection of the greater cosmic order. The path of knowledge is not without its challenges. The Hermetica acknowledges the barriers that arise from ignorance and distraction, the forces that pull the soul away from its divine purpose. Yet it also assures us that these obstacles are opportunities for growth. Each challenge faced and overcome deepens the seeker's understanding, honing the soul's ability to perceive truth. The pursuit of knowledge, therefore, is not a straight path, but a winding journey, a dance of discovery and transformation that unfolds in harmony with the rhythms of the universe. As the seeker progresses, the pursuit of knowledge becomes an act of communion with the divine. The Hermetica describes this communion as a state of unity, where the boundaries between the self and the cosmos dissolve. In this state, the seeker perceives the interconnectedness of all things, the intricate web of relationships that binds creation together. This knowledge is not abstract or theoretical, but a living experience, a direct encounter with the divine presence that infuses all of existence. It is a knowledge that transforms, awakening the seeker to a life of purpose, harmony, and love. The ultimate goal of this pursuit is enlightenment, a state of being where the soul fully realizes its divine nature and its place within the cosmic order. Enlightenment, as described in the Hermetica, is not an end, but a beginning, a gateway to infinite possibilities. It is a state of clarity and peace, a knowing that transcends the limitations of time and space. In this state, the seeker becomes a co-creator with the divine, participating in the ongoing evolution of the universe. Enlightenment is the culmination of the soul's journey, a return to the source from which it originated, enriched by the wisdom gained along the way. The pursuit of knowledge, as envisioned in the Hermetica, is a sacred calling that resonates with the deepest aspects of our humanity. It is a reminder that we are not mere spectators in the grand drama of existence, but active participants in its unfolding. Each question asked and each insight gained brings us closer to the divine, weaving our lives into the fabric of the cosmos. Through this pursuit, we fulfill our highest potential, becoming vessels of wisdom and light in a world that hunger for meaning and truth. The Hermetica provides a timeless guide, a beacon that illuminates the path to enlightenment along the radiant path of knowledge. It challenges us to see past appearances and pursue the timeless truths buried deep inside the universe. It challenges us to view every moment as a chance for development and learning, and to bravely and curiously embrace the adventure. It serves as a reminder that seeking knowledge is a shared journey rather than a solitary one, a universal awakening that binds all people together in their search for the holy. Knowledge is portrayed in the Hermetica as a sacred bridge that connects the temporal and the eternal, the limited and the infinite. It is an empowering and inspiring vision that calls us to embrace the profound and soar above the ordinary. We discover ourselves, our position in the universe, and our relationship with God in the process of seeking knowledge. It is a voyage of transformation, enlightenment, and returning to the infinite wisdom of the world and the truth of who we are. Chapter 6. Awakening the Divine. In the sacred verses of the Hermetica, the journey to awakening one's divine nature is revealed as the key to unity with the cosmos, a profound realization that transcends the boundaries of individuality. To awaken the divine within is not merely an act of self-discovery, but a transformative step toward understanding the interconnectedness of all existence. This awakening is both a personal and universal revelation, where the seeker recognizes their essence as an integral part of the infinite tapestry of creation. The Hermetica speaks of the divine spark within each individual, a fragment of the eternal mind of Atum, the Creator. This spark is the essence of our true nature, untainted by the illusions of the material world. Yet, in the distractions of daily life, this divine essence often lies dormant, veiled by ignorance and the pull of earthly desires. To awaken the divine is to peel away these layers, to illuminate the soul with the light of eternal truth. It is an act of remembering, a return to the source from which all life emanates. This awakening begins with a stirring within, a quiet yearning for something greater than the transient pleasures of the physical world. The Hermetica encourages seekers to heed this call, to turn inward and contemplate the mysteries of existence. In the stillness of reflection, the soul begins to perceive its connection to the greater whole. This is not a mere intellectual realization, but a lived experience, a moment of clarity where the boundaries between self and cosmos dissolve. In this state, the seeker understands that their being is not separate from the universe, but a manifestation of its divine order. The path to awakening is marked by self-discipline and a commitment to inner growth. The Hermetica describes this journey as one of purification, where the soul sheds the weight of ignorance and aligns itself with the harmony of creation. This alignment is not achieved through force but through surrender, a willingness to let go of the illusions that bind us to the material plane. Through practices of meditation, contemplation, and self-awareness, the seeker gradually awakens to their divine nature, experiencing a profound sense of unity with all that is. In this awakened state, the interconnectedness of existence becomes undeniable. The Hermetica teaches that all things are woven together in a single, harmonious whole, a cosmic symphony orchestrated by the mind of Atum. Every star, every particle, every living being is a note in this grand composition, each contributing to the beauty and order of the universe. To awaken the divine within is to recognize this truth, to see oneself as both an individual and a part of the greater cosmic dance. This realization brings with it a sense of purpose, a calling to live in harmony with the divine will and to contribute to the unfolding of creation. The importance of individual spiritual journeys is emphasized throughout the Hermetica. Each soul's awakening is a vital thread in the fabric of existence, a unique expression of the divine mind. The journey of one is not separate from the journey of all. Each step taken toward enlightenment ripples outward, influencing the collective consciousness of humanity. This interconnectedness imbues every act of spiritual growth with profound significance. By awakening the divine within, the individual not only transforms their own life, but also contributes to the elevation of all existence. The Hermetica portrays this awakening as a return to the state of divine harmony from which the soul originated. It is a journey home, a reunion with the infinite love and wisdom of the Creator. In this state of unity, the soul experiences a profound peace, a knowing that transcends words and concepts. This is not a passive state but a dynamic one, where the awakened soul becomes a co-creator with the divine, participating in the continual evolution of the cosmos. The boundaries of time and space fade away, replaced by an eternal now where the soul rests in the fullness of its divine nature. Yet, the journey does not end with personal enlightenment. The awakened soul is called to share its light with the world, to act as a beacon for others on their path. The Hermetica teaches that awakening the divine is not a solitary endeavor, but a communal one, a contribution to the greater awakening of humanity. By living in alignment with the divine, the enlightened individual inspires others to seek their own truth, creating a ripple effect that spreads throughout the cosmos. This collective awakening is the ultimate fulfillment of the divine plan, a testament to the interconnectedness of all existence. Awakening the divine within is both a profound privilege and a sacred responsibility. It is an invitation to rise above the illusions of separateness and to embrace the truth of unity. The Hermetica offers a vision of life that is both inspiring and transformative, a reminder that we are not mere fragments of the universe, but integral parts of its divine order. To awaken the divine is to step into this truth, to see oneself as both a unique individual and a vital part of the whole. In the journey to awaken the divine, we find our purpose and our place in the cosmos. We discover that our lives are not random or insignificant, but deeply meaningful, each moment a reflection of the eternal. The Hermetica calls us to embrace this journey with courage and humility, to seek the light within, and to share it with the world. In doing so, we fulfill our highest potential, becoming luminous beings who embody the harmony and wisdom of the divine. The awakening of the divine is not an end but a beginning, a gateway to a life of infinite possibilities. It is a journey that transforms not only the self, but the entire cosmos, a reminder that we are all connected, all part of the same sacred whole. Through this awakening, we come to know the truth of our existence, the boundless love of the Creator, and the eternal unity of all things. It is a journey worth undertaking, a path that leads to the heart of the divine and the realization of our truest selves. Chapter 7. The Cultural Legacy of Osiris and Isis in Ancient Egypt. The myths and worship of Osiris and Isis are enduring testaments to the rich cultural heritage of ancient Egypt, a civilization that laid the foundational stones of humanity's understanding of life, death, and the eternal. These deities, revered not only as powerful gods, but as symbolic archetypes, embody the intricate beliefs that shaped the Egyptian worldview and, by extension, influenced the development of human thought across ages and continents. Their story is one of love, sacrifice, resurrection, and justice, a narrative that resonates deeply with the universal human experience. Osiris, the benevolent king and god of the afterlife, stands as a symbol of renewal and order. His reign on earth was said to be one of prosperity and harmony, a golden age where humanity flourished under the guidance of divine wisdom. Yet his narrative took a tragic turn with his betrayal and murder by his brother Set, the embodiment of chaos and destruction. The dismemberment of Osiris and the scattering of his body across Egypt symbolize not just the fragility of life, but the perpetual struggle between order and disorder, creation and destruction. His death was not the end, however, for it was Isis, his devoted wife and goddess of magic and motherhood, who reassembled his body and restored him to life. This act of resurrection positioned Osiris as the eternal ruler of the afterlife, the guide and judge of souls, embodying the hope of rebirth and continuity beyond death. Isis, the powerful and compassionate goddess, represents the archetype of unwavering devotion and resourceful determination. Her role as the protector of the vulnerable and the seeker of justice elevated her to a figure of immense reverence. In the myth, Isis's relentless quest to restore Osiris reflects the enduring power of love and the triumph of life over death. She was not merely a deity of the ancient world, but a model of resilience and nurturing strength, qualities that transcended the boundaries of her time and influenced later cultures. Her image as a mother figure cradling her son, Horus, echoed through the ages and can be seen in later religious iconography, such as depictions of the Virgin Mary and Christ. Together, Osiris and Isis encapsulate the Egyptian understanding of duality and balance, a recurring theme in their cultural and spiritual outlook. Life and death, chaos and order, destruction and renewal. These opposing forces were not seen as isolated or contradictory, but as interconnected aspects of a larger, harmonious whole. The cycle of Osiris's death and resurrection became a metaphor for the agricultural rhythms of the Nile, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the eternal journey of the human soul. Their worship reinforced the belief in Ma'at, the principle of truth, balance, and cosmic order, which was the cornerstone of Egyptian civilization. Osiris and Isis left a lasting cultural impact on later religious and philosophical systems that went beyond their own era. The mystery religions of the Greco-Roman civilization, whose adherents sought out more profound truths about the essence of life and the possibility of immortality were influenced by their mythology. Their symbolism also had an impact on the Hermetic books' esoteric traditions, where they were regarded as representations of divine connection and wisdom. Their enduring relevance and worldwide appeal are demonstrated by the fact that their story may be found in the literature, art, and rituals of societies that are very different from those along the banks of the Nile. In the story of Osiris and Isis, humanity finds a mirror of its own journey, the pain of loss, the hope of renewal, and the pursuit of justice and truth. Their worship was more than a religious practice. It was a celebration of life's mysteries and an acknowledgement of the unseen forces that govern existence. The legacy they left is not confined to the ruins of temples or the inscriptions on ancient tombs. It lives on in the collective consciousness of humanity, a reminder of the enduring power of myth to illuminate the human experience. Through their divine narrative, Osiris and Isis continue to speak to the modern soul, inviting us to reflect on our place in the cosmos and our connection to the eternal. They embody the essence of ancient Egypt's cultural brilliance, a civilization that sought to understand and harmonize with the intricate web of life and death. Their story is not just a relic of the past but a timeless guide, urging us to find balance, embrace resilience, and honor the interconnectedness of all existence.